What's going on, Colts Nation? I appreciate you joining me for another video where today we're going to talk a little bit about Anthony Richardson, right? It's Overreaction Monday, and I had some thoughts yesterday after the game when we did our post-game stream, and, AR came up, of course, and he was a topic of conversation, so I gave my thoughts on what I thought about the situation and my thoughts surrounding AR and the way he's looked so far and what we could see from him in the future and what we're going to get from him. So I'm just going to, went ahead, cut that out. I'm going to send you there, and then we'll come back and continue talking about it. Yeah, a lot of up and downs, right? And I continue, and people will probably get worn out with me talking about, but like when you talk about AR and his development, right? The ups and downs, it's like, think about Josh Allen Josh Allen at the beginning of his career coming in from Wyoming had plenty of things that needed to be worked on. It wasn't pretty the first year. And then, he still turns the ball over. He led the league with 18 interceptions last year. Josh Allen turns the ball over a lot still. There are things that Anthony's going to have to work on. You think about a guy like Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, even though, two MVPs already at this point in his career. You think about when he first took over for Joe Flacco, and I think he played in 11 games. I believe it was, maybe started 11 games. It was either started 10, played in 11, or started 11, played in 12, something like that. But Lamar, that season he went through a lot in that into season with the Ravens. Obviously, with the quarterback change, it was a team around him that wasn't incredible. Defense was doing their thing, but the offensive pieces, even still to this day, they've done a good job building around Lamar on the offense, but it's still a work in progress. Now they have to revamp the offensive line there in Baltimore. But really, what the point is that everybody going into the season where Lamar was going to be a full-time starter was like, this is never going to work. Lamar has these deficiencies passing, and the last that we had seen of Lamar, he was still overthrowing guys. He was sailing passes. There were some bad interceptions. There was some, the way he would hold on to the ball, and he was a little loose with it, and they lost some possessions there. So it wasn't perfect for Lamar Jackson. Goes through the offseason, works on what he needs to work on, comes back, and in the first game, give him Hollywood Brown on the offense. The first game of his first season as a full-time starter where he won MVP. It was like 350 yards and 5 touchdowns. I know for sure 5 touchdowns in that first game where he had 36 touchdowns throughout that entire season passing the ball. That was just passing. Pretty sure he went over 1,000 yards rushing too. So, and we don't really use Anthony's legs like that. At some point, I hope we do, and we can figure out a way to get Anthony to be like that. Maybe Lamar's just a better running quarterback. But I just bring Josh Allen and Lamar up in their situations because I think people need to relax when it comes to AR. Like, AR has some things that he's going to have to work on. We knew it coming in. And he's technically in his second season, and people, as Colts fans, we're getting tired of waiting. We haven't been to playoffs in a while. We're getting tired of waiting, but he's basically a rookie, man. We just got to pump the brakes. We got to let him develop. The team has to perform around him so we can continue to win games and figure out a way. And with him being accountable, like you hear his post-game speech and what he said, he's accountable. He knows he needs to be better for the team, and he mentioned as much. So with his accountability, his drive to be great, I feel comfortable with AR for the future. It's, again, like Paul said, man, it's going to be ups and downs. It's going to be some rocky roads. It's just what it's going to be, man. He's the youngest starting quarterback in the NFL. But by the end of it, we're going to be all right, man. We're going to be all right. Andrew Luck made some boneheaded mistakes early part of his career too, man. He's not innocent either. Okay, these kinds of things happen. But all in all, again, I think at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, I think he's going to be great. We just got to give him time. Pardon the interruption. I just want to let you guys know how much I appreciate you stopping by the channel. And I also want to say that when I look at the analytics, 50% of the people that come by and watch this channel are not subscribed. So as Peyton's telling you to do here, hit that subscribe button right now. Turn those notifications on so you get notified when any videos come out. Now, if you need any further proof of why you need to subscribe, when you look at the numbers, 62.4% of the views on this channel over the last month have come from people that are not subscribed to the channel. So again, if you're one of those people, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you so much, and let's get back into the video. Okay, so right there, you could see all my thoughts, right, and what I'm looking at, the comparison of the Lamar Jackson, the comparison of the Josh Allen, right, and then there's the cliche comparison of Peyton Manning throwing 28 interceptions in his rookie season, which is still an NFL record, might always be an NFL record. And for Anthony, like, he's so limited on experience, right, to 20 games as a quarterback since high school. Like, Anthony has development that needs to happen. So being patient is going to be frustrating. Like, I get it, man. It's going to be frustrating. Like I mentioned, you know, in that little clip right there, right? We haven't been to playoffs in so long, right? Andrew Luck came back in 2018 after he had been hurt for a year and a half, and then we go, 1-5, go to the playoffs, beat the Texans in the playoffs 21-0, then lose. We haven't touched the playoffs. Well, I'm sorry, we actually went to playoffs again with Phillip Rivers and then lost in heartbreaking fashion. And then since then, right, the heartbreaker at the end of the season to the Jaguars, heartbreaker at the end of the season to the Texans last season, and between that 2022, which would just like to men in black myself and completely forget about 2022 Colts. So, you know, overall, it's been a long time. Just like you guys, I'm ready. I'm ready to get back to the playoffs. I'm ready to compete for a championship. I thought that was going to be this season. You know, with what we saw from Anthony last season, I thought that there was a chance he comes in to this season much better. Now, he did say some stuff in his post-game press conference that I really enjoyed, and I had mentioned it during the stream, just watching him and watching him throw the ball. I had mentioned it during the game stream that we did, and kind of reiterated it at some point throughout the post-game stream. But the fact is that Anthony has a tendency to get excited, right? Sees the open guy. He's good at reading the defense. It's just when he sees the open guy, he has a tendency to lose his mechanics. He just gets excited and throws it out. And that's just what I saw. As I was watching him, that's how I felt. I thought, you know, he didn't necessarily get happy feet, but he just throws so hard that whenever he decides that for him, hey, I found the open guy, let's get it there, and he just wings it in there as hard as he can, and it causes problems for him. So, you know, I think knowing that he needs to work on that, because he mentioned it, right? He had talked about, literally said that he needs to chill out, and that he feels like he just gets excited when the play's there, and that he throws, like, literally echoed exactly what I said. You know, what I was talking about during the game, he said it after the game in his press conference. So good to know that, you know, what I'm looking at. I do know what I'm talking about with quarterbacks. Always kind of felt that I was better at scouting quarterbacks than other positions, but does seem like Anthony knows that he needs to work on some things. Obviously, coming off of you know, the two worst games that he's played in his NFL career, right? There's, you know, obviously a shot to his confidence. I'm sure playing a little less confident, a little less sure of himself, right? This is a guy that, with the arm strength that he has, he can put the ball anywhere he wants. Again, he's just got to settle down. He's got to rein it in a little bit, and we'll see how he's able to do that. We got the Steelers this upcoming week, and it's going to be a big-time test going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers and that vaunted defense. We know they got TJ Watt, they got Minka Fitzpatrick, they got some good players on that defense. They're averaging 8.6 points let up a game, 10-6-10. is how much they're giving up. And we'll get more into the matchup with the Steelers as the week goes. Again, will not be live for the game this upcoming Sunday because I'll be at the game. This is the one time where I'm going back to Indy, going to a game for the first time in a few years. So going to be real nice getting back in Lucas Oil. Going to watch, hopefully going to watch another Colts win, get ourselves to 2-2. But there's going to be plenty of content to come with that, plenty more things that I want to look at. Go over the tape from this last game and kind of combine it with a couple things. There's some things I've been thinking about and some patterns with some guys on the team. So I'd like to see something different happen. We're going to be talking about it. We're going to be talking about the Steelers. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you continue to get notified anytime any more videos come out or anytime we're live streaming. Of course, I appreciate you stopping by for another video. As always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.